Welcome back, guys. Coach Pickett here today talking about successful ways to defend shots. When I'm teaching my wrestlers how to defend, I like to teach the 3 lines of defense. So I talk about head, I talk about hands, and I talk about hips. And I call them that. I call them first line defense, second line defense, and third line defense. After my wrestlers have learned the 3 lines of defense, I'll throw in funk defense. But for this video, I'm going to stick strictly to the 3 lines of defense and ways to promote successful ways to defend shots. So first line of defense is head. And the way I like to promote that, I take away the other things. So I have wrestlers get in a stance, they put their hands behind their back. I'm going to have one opponent shoot, and as partner shoots, I'm just going to drop my butt, I put my forehead in the pocket, and I keep him from penetrating. Now, to start with this, I don't want heads banging, so I keep the space close. We'll eventually separate for the drill, but to start with, I want to stay pretty close to the pocket. So I get in here, put hands behind my back, and as my partner shoots in, I'm going to drop my butt, and I keep him out. So I keep him from penetrating by keeping my head in the pocket, and I lower my butt so that I can lower my level, and I keep my forehead right there so he is not able to penetrate. As opponents get a little better, I'll let them go a little more speed. I'll let them separate. You just have to be careful for the head banging. So second line defense, I show with the hands. So for this one, I'll have wrestlers use their forehead, but they use their hands and not full extension. So I'm not reaching out to block. I'm keeping my elbows bent, but I'm going to do a similar thing. I'm going to kind of have head in the pocket, and I'm just going to use my hands on his shoulders to stop his motion as he tries to penetrate in. And eventually he'll shoot in, and I'm going to use these to snap. So he'll shoot in, and I'll block, and I'll snap, and I'll instantly go to my go behind from there. I'll show that again. He'll shoot in, I'll block with second line, and right here I'll snap, and I'll instantly go to my down block, go behind. Okay, for third line defense, I go only hips. Now I say you can't use head, you can't use hands, you have to use only hips. And this one you have to control, especially in the beginning, and as it gets more competitive, you'll have to control it as well, telling wrestlers not to get knocked out by their hips. So here's the way it goes, the same thing as before. He's going to penetrate, not at 100%. I'm going to block only with my hips. Alright, after training the 3 lines defense, using those drills, others I like, the shot-reshot drill. So I'll show that. This first one, I'm going to block out with my head, with my hands, and as opponent comes up, I'm going to drop to penetrate. So I block out, and then I penetrate. So the shot reshot, that was the high crotch. Now single leg and double, same exact style. Blocking out with the head, move into my penetration shot. Same with the double. He shoots in, I block. He pops up, I penetrate, finish my takedown. Shot reshot, one of my favorites. All right, so I like shot reshot drill, one of my favorites for first line defense. For second line defense, it's the down block go behind. So he passes my head, I gotta stop him. This is where I go for my down block and then go behind. I attack that. Make sure his forearm's on the mat. I'm going to Brands block. I step up to leg block, and I'm just going to step, go behind. I'm going to train this to where after you hit the down block, go behind, partner stands up. He gets an escape, and we go again. Depending on what coaches want, repetition for one guy, I'd have partner shoot back in. We just go right to down block again. He shoots in, down block, go right to it. He stands up, switches, he goes again. Shoots in, down block, go back. Lots of reps. 1 minute, you get at least 20 reps. All right, so after drills for first line defense, head, second line hands, then you got to go third, hips. So we got to let him penetrate. So the way I have wrestlers drill this, I'll have them start in neutral position. I'll have one shoot in, penetrated position, and then defend from there. So partner shoots in, grabs that single leg. He's right here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use my whizzer for balance. So I grab my whizzer in the pit. I make a V here. I'm going to shove on his head. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to kick this leg back, and I'm going to shove his head where my knee is currently. Then from right there, I'm going to hop step back, probably 6-8 inches, and I'm going to keep this V on his head, shoving him all the way to the mat. Once he's to the mat, I'll look for my block, go behind here. I keep that V on his head, block here, step, come behind. All right, so other than the single penetrated position, there's also the double. So I'll have them shoot in the double and then start from there. So partner shoots in the double, passes first and second line, penetrates here. I'm still going to use my whizzer for balance. I'm going to hop back in a sprawl. And as I do this, I'm going to attack this hand down here. I'm going to grab it. I'm not fighting fingers. I'm going to go for the wrist. I'm going to grab it, and I'm going to pull it as I sprawl. So I sprawl. I try to pull it off so it drops on the mat. Then from here, I'm right back in that same position. I go V, attack the head, and I could go to my down block, go behind. Other option here is I could go front quarter. So we got that front quarter series as well. Boom, front quarter. Or I even grab butt here, go head and butt, come around this way. Lots of ways to score as long as you can get his head to the mat. Double, I'm gonna sprawl. Right here, he's on the hand. I'm gonna grab wrist, lift, drop, sprawl, attack head. And then from here, I go front quarter, or I go behind, or I go head and butt. Either way, all three options, keep his head on the mat. Come behind, score your points. All right, so last one from penetrated position, I like to practice high crotch. So I let him penetrate to high crotch. This one's similar to the others, except this one adds in a whizzer punch. So partner shoots in, grabs that high crotch. From right here, when I sprawl, I'm going to go whizzer punch. So I sprawl, spread that out, and he may still hold that leg. It may drop off. Either way, right here, I'm going to, once I hit that whizzer punch sprawl, I'm going to attack the head and re-sprawl. So it'll break that grip either way. Then you're in the same spot. I'm right here. I keep my front quarter, or I come up for the block, or I go head and butt on this side. Any way to get behind, score those points. All right, so high crotch from the other angle. He shoots in. As I sprawl, I hit him right there with my sprawl. He may still have the leg like this. I keep my V on his head. I re-sprawl. Now I choose which attack I want to score there. All right, next drill I like is for quick repetitions of the sprawling pressure. And so this has to be like a dance. Both guys have to be working together. So I'm going to penetrate into double. Partner's going to sprawl, give head pressure till my head hits the mat. Once head hits the mat, he relieves up pressure so partner can knee slide back into good penetrated position, and then we go right back to the sprawl. So it'll look like this. So I shoot in, I get to penetrated position. Now it's John's turn. He sprawls, pushes my head to the mat. Okay, once I get here, he lets up pressure. I knee slide, knee slide, knee slide, knee slide. Now I'm back in good penetrated position, and now he goes again. And now he sprawls, shoves my head to the mat. We're right there. He lets up pressure. Once my head gets down, I knee slide, knee slide, knee slide. Right back up into penetrated position. His turn again. And we just keep repeating that. Last one, he'll do a go behind and finish with a score. All right, same thing with the single leg. I'm going to start in single penetrated position, and then John just sprawls, shows my head to the mat. Once my head's on the mat, he relieves pressure, so I can practice knee slide and get back up to penetrated position. Start it over. Gets there, he relieves pressure. I knee slide, take that foot, push in, push my knee closer, take that foot, push my knee closer. Once I'm in good single penetrated position, then it's his turn to practice the defense again. Pushes my head to the mat. Once my head's to the mat, he stops. I knee slide, as many times as it takes, get back to good position. So those were some of my favorite defensive drills to incorporate into everyday, regular high school season practices. Thanks for watching till the end. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's get a break on the clock. Ready?